Hey,
Hello. How are you?
hello. Good. How you doing there, sister?
Good. Doing really good. How's everybody doing?
Well, I'm okay. I'm not online dating right now, but man, do I have stories. Do I have a lot of stories? And we're going to wait for some people to come on and we're going to hear
Yeah.
some good stories and some bad stories. So everybody has a story or a very
hmm
strong opinion about
hmm
online dating. They either say they're horror stories, there have been disasters, or there have been success stories. I'm on both sides of that fence with that, but everybody has very, very, very strong opinions. So I'm not going to get into some. I'm not going to get into the stories yet. I want Lisa to give me a couple of scenarios, and let's see where we go from there.
All right. So the first one I have is after weeks on a dating app, Mia gets matched with Tom. Their online chemistry is undeniable, but when Mia suggests a video call, Tom hesitates. What's he hiding? Have you ever had that happen? And what do you do?
If somebody's hesitating, I have to put this in my own experience. Um, if he's hesitating, first of all, what do you, like you said, what are you hiding? Are you married or do you
hmm
look like Cyclops? I mean, I'm sorry, something like that. Hi, Denise. Uh, when I've done online dating, the first thing I like to do is text just to get a feel of somebody. I want to see if they can spell, if their grammar is correct. Lisa, and you said something a few shows back that you have a thing about spelling and grammar. So now when I text you, it's like, okay, is the comma in the right place? Did I put a period down? Yeah.
No,
Oh, yes, I
no.
do. Oh,
Well,
yes, I
no,
do.
that was more, no, no, that was more like,
Yeah.
little words. Like I spell everything out. So I try not to do like the TY for thank you. I spell out thank you. But
Oh,
it's the
okay.
yep. If you get a YUP, that person's annoyed.
Well, yes.
YEP, they're not annoyed.
Okay. All right. I
But
agree
this
with that.
But
And
this
if
can
you,
help you. This can help you in the online dating world because if you ever have somebody say YUP to you, they're angry. They're not
yes,
the right one.
I would agree. But also, when you're texting, if you finish something with a period, talk to you later. Period. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
being very definite. So a lot of people, if you notice, I know I do it. I just leave it. I leave it hanging. I
Yep.
don't put I have no. I just leave it hanging. I don't put any periods on it or anything like that. But
Me neither, Marie. Just real quick. She has no experience on the topic. However,
yes,
I have
yeah.
some very interesting fun facts about this topic, Marie, that I found very interesting, and you will too. So hang tight. Go ahead, Helen.
Well, no, it's just when I am online, doing the online dating thing, I like to text a little bit just to
Mhm.
see what they're about, see if they can
Yeah.
spell, and then work it up to a phone call. But I don't want to meet somebody right away. I want to talk to them on the phone to see where they're at. And there are some people that just want to go right. Let's meet. And it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
wait, whoa, I want to get a feel for you before I do that.
Did they
But
want to get kinky in the beginning?
There was one person actually, not get kinky, but we had talked on the phone a little bit, and
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, let's meet." And actually, the guy lived in Huntington, and I
Yeah.
said, "Let's meet at the Refuge." You know the Refuge, okay? So he said, "No, why don't you come to my house?" And red flag, red
Oh.
flag. And he made a joke, kind of like, maybe you won't get out alive. And I said, "Yeah, bye." And that was that. I didn't think it was
Oh.
funny. I thought it was
Yeah.
kind of
That
creepy.
joke was his alibi. Good
Well,
thing you
whatever it
didn't
was, it
good thing
did.
you went with your gut. I wouldn't have gone either.
No, no, that creeped me out. But we're going to get to online, using common sense with online
Mhm.
stuff because you
Yeah.
have to. You always tell somebody where you're going to be,
Mhm.
always in a public place. I have a really cute thing that I say, and it always works. And I'm going to share my little tip with you that I'm an avid reader, and so I say, well, let's meet at Barnes and Noble in the romance section, and that always gets a that always gets a little
Ah,
cutie, cute, cute thing. What
yeah.
can I say? It's
That's
cute.
sweet.
It's cute. All right, give me some fun. Maybe not. All right. All right. What, give me some fun facts. Give me some fun facts.
All right. So, did
Yeah,
you know 30% of Americans have tried online dating?
I
That's a
believe.
yeah, 30%. That's a simple.
Okay.
Over,
Hmm.
there's over 5,000 dating apps worldwide. And you
I
named
believe it.
why we were before we got on. So, name some of them.
Hmm. Bumble, Match, eHarmony, Our Time, Plenty of Fish. There's singles Jewish dating. There's dog
Mhm.
lovers dating. For a while, there was law of attraction dating, but apparently nobody thinks positive, and that went down the tubes. I think so. That didn't work. But we're going to talk about attitudes
Oh
with
my god,
online dating too.
that's great.
So no, it
Did
was
you
sad.
know it is
Yeah.
one of the most popular ways to meet your spouse?
Yes, actually, I do. And here's one story I have for you. Is I went on to Plenty of Fish
Mhm.
years ago, and I got an attitude of I'm not paying for this. Online dating sucks, la la la, and all the negative stuff that went with that. I'm not paying for it. I met my boyfriend there. He was my boyfriend for 2 years. Now, for some reason or another, it didn't work out because we ended up being opposites. And if you remember, we talked about that last week, that
Yeah.
initially it worked, but we decided that our differences were too bad. We still, talk every once in a while. We still have respect for each other. I don't believe in really bad mouthing people, but it didn't work. But here's the kicker now. We
Yeah.
stayed friends, and he went online for 2 years. 2 years, like a project, like a job. And he met the woman that he's married to now. two
Really?
years. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I've never spent more than 6 months on a dating cycle. This just, I'm done. And then that would be it. But 2 years, 2 years. And I
He
think
was focused,
he was focused, but he treated it like a job. You see,
committed.
I don't think a lot of us treat it like a job. A lot of us treat it that like a throwaway, and we don't take it really seriously. And that's the thing. But once you treat it like a job and treat it like a project, like I really do want to meet somebody, I really want to find my life partner. When you take it really seriously, then I think things start to happen. But I've done Bumble, I've done Match, I've done eHarmony. I've done Plenty of Fish. I've done Our Time, and they all have their good things. But I have approached it with such ambivalence of, yeah, I'm going to go online. Yeah, well, I don't know. And
Yeah.
I'm not approaching it like a job. You have to approach it like a job, and I'm really serious about that.
You gotta cut
Um,
the emotion out of it.
yeah. What is Linda saying? Hi, Linda. Hi, ladies. Just a point of interest. Before
Yeah.
I did labs, with my coaching partner, I never done a FaceTime. If someone wanted to chat with me who I never before, I would have been too shy.
Aw.
Yeah, I get that. Absolutely. Hi, Mary. How you doing? I
Hi,
waved like that.
Mary.
Hi. But let's discuss the pros and cons of online dating. Now, before we go any further, there's something I need to say. That if you go into online dating with a really negative attitude, guess what? My law of attraction friends are here tonight. If you go in with an attitude that you're going to meet cheaters and you're going to meet liars, guess what you're going to meet? Because that's what you
Cheaters and
expect to meet.
liars. Yep.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
And if you go in thinking women are gold diggers and men are couch potatoes, that's what you're going to meet. Years ago, I went when I had to take my dogs to the vet. Uh, this vet tech and I started to talk, and she said, there are no good men left. And I said to her, well, for you, that's exactly right. I tell you, I think she was going to come over the counter and slug me. But I'll tell you something. It happened to be true because that's how she felt.
Yeah.
And if you go into any circumstance, let's even forget online dating, but if you go into any circumstance and you have a negative attitude about it, you don't think it's really going to work, guess what, folks? It's not going to work. I hear so many people talk about the horrors of online dating, that online dating is terrible. Oh, you meet liars, you meet this, you meet that. I've met some very nice people online. because I
Yeah.
go in with that attitude. My expectation is I am going to meet nice people.
Are
And
the
that's what
people that
happens.
you met,
Yeah.
obviously it didn't work out for whatever the reason. Have you
Hmm.
stayed friendly with those people? Do you communicate, text, hey, how you doing? I hope you're well. You're Facebook friends with them now? How did that work?
A few of
Yeah.
them. You got to remember, I've been single for a long time, so some you just kind of fade out, and we're going to talk about that as well. That you can meet for the first time and you
Yeah.
can talk on the phone and there's a connection. But if you meet for the first time and there's no physical attraction, you just say, "Very nice meeting you." And I got this from Oprah. Um, a long time ago, but this is
Yeah.
my standard thing, what I say to a man if I feel that it's not going to work out. It was a pleasure meeting you, but I just didn't feel that romantic connection that would make me pursue this as a romantic relationship. And do you see how fast I said that? It's in my mind, so I can just go boom, have it out and say, God bless, have a nice life, and I'm out of here. And I know I'm doing a lot of the talking tonight, but Lisa,
Mm.
is married and has been with Danny for
Yeah,
400 years. Yeah,
I'm not, I will tell you all, I'm not familiar with any
yeah.
of this.
So,
I
yeah.
have I looked up and I researched. I have some interesting things that intrigued me,
Hmm.
that I never knew. And I'm
Well, tell
sure
me,
if
tell me.
um well, I'll ask you this.
Okay.
One of the top hot spots for online dating, there are three of them. They're cities. Three cities. Online dating hotspots. They're the top ones. As of actually this year, this research was taken. It was a Pew. They call it the Pew research.
Not New York.
No, that's
Uh,
New York City. That's
really?
one. Yeah,
But
that's
I'm
one
on
of
Long
them.
Island, so a lot of good that's doing me 35 miles away. But anyway, all right, fine. Um, Texas, Houston,
Nope.
Los Angeles,
Nope.
Chicago,
Nope.
Boston.
No.
Help me.
All right. You want me to tell you?
Yes.
Seattle and
Oh,
Denver.
really? Who's go- who the hell's going to Seattle? I mean, really?
I'm just
Who?
telling you. Isn't there a movie about that with Tom Hanks?
Yes, Sleepless in Seattle. It was a great movie. And
Is
if
that
I ever met
romantic?
somebody, yes. And if
Yeah.
anybody, looks like Tom Hanks or acts like Tom Hanks, please introduce me.
That's when
Um,
she's like at the restaurant saying yes, 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 all that stuff at the table.
no, no, that's you've got no. Oh my gosh. I don't. Oh,
Meg Ryan,
when
right?
no, when Harry met Sally. That's when Harry
Okay.
met Sally.
I don't know. I
Linda
was close.
says, I did meet so many nice guys online, even if they weren't a perfect match. I used to joke that I held the world record for the most great first dates. LOL.
Aw.
Well, Linda, I need, please, you're one of my teachers, so give me some more coaching advice because so far I'm 0 for 0. Anyway,
Well, here you go. I'll
all
help you,
right.
Linda. I'll help you, Helen.
Yes, help me.
The first Sunday
Okay.
in
Yeah.
January is
Hmm.
the year's busiest swiping day.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Now,
So that's the day you got to start swiping, ladies.
you want to know why? Because everybody's miserable because they spent the holidays and New Year's Eve alone. They're like, I'm not doing this again next year. And that's why. That's the reason. Let me tell you.
Do you know what
Yeah.
the average age for online dating is?
Shoot me now. Go ahead.
33.
Why'd you have to tell me
This
that?
article, this research was updated as of September 2023. So this is just last month.
Good. Okay, good.
Um,
Good. Good. Good.
Online dating
33.
revenue in the
Yeah.
US.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh, this is fun. Online dating revenue in the US may
Yeah.
reach, as of 2024, 4.2 billion.
Well, I'm just going to create a dating app. There you go.
You
That's
totally
it.
can.
Easy
And
peasy.
millennials swipe for 10 hours on average per week.
10 hours actually is not bad. Remember,
It's not bad. I guess
it's
it's
not
not.
bad.
I just feel like they could be doing something a little bit more productive. That's a lot
Well,
of swiping.
yeah, but if they really want to meet somebody, that's not a bad thing because again, people do the online dating. Oh, I was on it for a few months. I didn't meet anybody. Oh, I was on it for, again, my friend, he was on for 2
Hmm.
years and treated it like a job. If you want to meet somebody, you got to treat it like a job. Just hands down. You have to
Well,
treat it like a job.
you also
Yeah.
have to put
Hmm.
4 photos in your profile or more.
Let's talk about photos before you go any further.
Hmm.
Photos. I have met men who don't look like them when they're in person. And that irritates
Yeah.
me. It does. It irritates me because
So
you have to be honest. Mm.
did they, like sometimes, my profile photo, I do like an older one from like way back when I
Yeah.
looked a little bit more youthful. Perhaps, they put a photo from maybe just a couple of years prior because it's their favorite photo of them and they're putting their first face forward.
Their best face photo. Okay.
Their
Okay.
first face, you knew what I meant.
Um,
Yes,
yes. Yeah.
they wanna, they're putting like maybe their favorite photo of
But
what
it's not,
they.
yeah, but it's not real. That makes me mad because here's
Yeah.
here's the thing. There's a couple things. If a guy has sunglasses on, take your sunglasses off. Please, no t-shirts, undershirt shots, and like Mary said, please none taken in a dirty bathroom where you're
Mm,
going, "Nah," like that, or no
yeah.
bare-chested shots, men or women, no bare-chested shots. Come on, it's like it's tacky. And then I had a guy say to me, he said, do you have any body shots? And I had and that was one of the first times I went online, and I had from about, no, wait, I had from about here up. And a friend of mine said, oh no, Helen, you had to put in a body shot. So I put in a body shot. The girls were large and in charge. There they were. I got so many hits, it was awful. I thought, oh, you bunch of pigs, seriously. And I thought, really, come on. But I think it's misrepresenting yourself if you just have a shot from here up and
Yeah.
then from, your neck down. You're not showing that, hey, if you are a chunkamunka, be a chunkamunka, be who you are. And the men do it too.
Yeah.
And,
Which
I,
way
I
do you
don't think
swipe
that's
if
right.
you don't like it? You swipe right if you like it, swipe left if you don't?
Yes, swipe left if you don't. Yeah. But Bumble, I like Bumble personally because Bumble gives women the choice to pick whether they want to get in contact with somebody or not.
Mm,
And I feel like, and I read this someplace, that it gives women a sense of power. That yes, I'm picking you. Swipe right, swipe left, swipe right, swipe left,
mhm.
that sort of thing. But what are some of the pros and cons of dating? Pros and cons. Now, the cons: you can be lied to, deceptive, scammed. You
They
know,
could they
I'm
could be like creepy
I
and
I
murder
I
you.
live in I live in India, and I only need $5,000 to come and marry you and sweep you off your feet. And here's the thing: it hurts me when I hear of women doing that. It really hurts me because
So
somebody would have
you
to ask me once
yeah.
for money. Say, I gotta go. I was hoping to ask you for money. Thank you so much. I mean, seriously. I mean,
They really
and
do?
yeah,
So
and
naive to this.
sometimes women fall for it. And you know what? I feel like a lot of times people are so lonely that they'll be with anybody just to be with somebody. And I'll tell
Yeah.
you, you know my story. I mean, there have been times I've been lonely, but I'll call you up, Lisa, and say, hey, what are you doing,
Yeah.
and something like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes people will do that, and I've done it once or twice in my life, and then I realized this wasn't right, and then you move on.
Yeah.
But people have been. Do you know what ghosting is?
I'm taking a guess. If you say you're going to meet at a restaurant and you see the person come in and you disappear.
No, but I've heard where people have done that to people because they didn't like their
Mm.
looks. No, ghosting is just disappearing without any explanation whatsoever. None whatsoever. Hi, had a great time texting, you're calling, and then they just fall off the planet. That's called ghosting. And then there's something called zombie, where they disappear and then they rise from the digital dead. They show up again. Who knew? And then, yes, Danny. Hi, Danny. We're getting to catfishing. Catfishing is where somebody they're not who they really say they are, and they create a new identity for themselves. So yes, there's catfishing, and there's benched. And benched is where I'm not really interested in you, but I'm not really interested in you. You kind of like, I'm ambivalent about it. Like, you're there, I'll date you. If I see you, I see you. If I don't, I don't. That's being called benched.
What
Who knew?
about what about like so you meet somebody and you're
Uh
dating
huh.
for quite some time, but then you
Mm-hmm.
find out that they're still on the app.
I
They're
would dump
still
them.
Tindering or they're bumbling on
Well,
the
okay.
side without you knowing.
Well,
What do you
here's
do?
the thing. Here now, I find that very interesting because when do you have the talk to go exclusive? And do you go exclusive right away when you're dating somebody? Or do you say, when you think, what has this person done for me to make me want to be exclusive with them? So do you have the talk at the 1 month mark, 2 month mark, or 3 month mark where you say, okay, I like where this is going. Let's talk about if we have the same goals in mind for a future. And then you find out. Um, and
Yeah.
you find out where
Yeah.
where you would want to go. But at that point, if it was only month 1 or 2, I probably would be a little ticked. But then again, we haven't talked about exclusivity. And a lot of people get upset because they say, well, I'm dating this girl. Well, how long you been dating? A month? What? Well,
I don't
okay.
think that's long enough.
I don't either.
If I mean,
So,
if you met on an online dating thing,
mhm,
and I think there needs to be a little bit of time. I do think you need to be on the same page,
absolutely.
because if you do, I mean, that would peeve me. Here I am thinking that, we're both moving in the same direction, and you got like, Miss
Yeah, but
Tindering you, like what's going on? So like, do you delete the app?
no, but at what time, but at what month do you decide that it would bother you? You
I
see
think
that,
it's different though. I don't know.
but you
I've
see
never
that
done
that's
this
what I mean.
before. I'm not a
I
Tinder.
know. Stay married because it's a pain in the ass. So, but Linda's saying, actually, I took an interest in the match tutorials, one of which said at least four pics up close, at a distance, full body, doing something you are interested in. Make sure they are current, not high school graduation. Yeah, that would be the case.
Well, yeah,
Um,
I mean, that would be a little too long, but like, if somebody put like their profile photo, from a
yeah,
year before because it's a really good shot of them, I think that's reasonable.
that
As
is
long as you
reasonable.
have, and I know we talked about this before we started tonight, your profile photo should mention, or they say should
Uh
mention
huh.
sports or music because that attracts more fans.
I think that, I think that that's a good idea. But
Yeah.
a lot of these dating apps now have prompts that one I think on Bumble is two truths and a lie. So you write down three things that two truths and a
So you're
lie,
playing truth and dare on the app?
not truth or dare. It's just two truths and a lie. Two true things about yourself, and then one lie about yourself, and then your I was going to say your opponent, which is not a good word for dating app, but the person that's looking at it, they try to figure out what the two truths are. Two youths. That's what I'm coming back to. Cousin Vinny. Two truths and a lie, and you try to figure out what it is.
Oh, so you're
So
playing a little game with your contestants.
well, yeah, it's kind of to draw them in. And Mary says if the box for not into a relationship, no, there are not going to be exclusives ever, ever. I agree. I agree. You got
Since
to talk about values and what you want, and that's where the exclusivity talk comes in.
since we're on here, we only have one gentleman. It happens to
Yes,
be my husband. I don't know how willing he is to share his experience with online dating, if he's willing.
bring
And
them on.
you're still on and you can hear me. What was your experience, Mr. Ray, with online dating?
I've been love bombed. Do you know what
Yeah.
love bombing is?
Yes, I
Yes,
do.
you. Love bombing.
Yes.
I was dating this guy. He bought me flowers, went to great restaurants, everything, everything, everything. Took me to the airport when I had to go away. And I asked this one question because things were going so well with him. And I was going away for the holidays. And I said, well, what do you do on New Year's Eve? And all of a sudden he went, and
Ooh,
red
he
flag,
had a
red flag.
family. He had a family.
He had a girlfriend. And I was kind of, that was it. That was it.
I mean,
But
I didn't do these statistics and I probably should have because all these other ones really intrigued me. But I
mhm,
wonder, like, how many people, even if this is something that they would know, Google,
mhm,
um, how many people have like whole other lives and they go on this,
mhm. Yeah. Well, that happens.
and they're like dating and they're Tindering and they're bumbling and they're whatevering on the side and nobody knows. It's like
Well,
two
that's
separate lives.
that's where your common sense comes in. Like when, I said, "Oh, what are you going to be doing New Year's Eve?" Because I thought we were on the same page and everything was going swimmingly. And
How
then all of a
long
sudden
was it?
we had been together about 2 or 3 months and we hadn't even had that
Oh,
talk yet. But I thought, no, no, something's off, something's off. And inevitably, actually, it just kind of faded away. Nothing else happened. But, another con of online dating is people
mm-hmm,
fear rejection. They fear being alone, they fear rejection, but
mm-hmm,
they can take the rejection a lot easier when it's online as opposed to being in person because you just go
yeah.
next because online dating it's almost like Amazon. You put in what you want. Okay, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Set
You
it
could
and
put
forget
that
it.
in your
Boom.
shopping cart.
You do. It's almost like shopping. What you want, what you
Tinder
don't want.
Prime.
Tinder Prime. That's too fun. You snorted. But it's true. It's true. Now what are the cons? What are the what not the cons? What are the pros of online dating? What are the pros? It's
I know
easy.
a couple of people that they're not on tonight, but I know
Okay.
them. They met with an I don't know which app it was, and
Uh-huh.
they're actively dating, and it's been
Hmm.
quite some time, so it's worked for them.
Hmm.
I'll share a little something that's a little different from online because at the time they didn't have these online apps. My
Okay.
grandma, her second marriage, she met back in the day. If you're from Long Island, you know the Sunday newspaper and I don't the single section or I
Yeah.
don't know, it was called something or whatever. But my grandma met her
The
second
personals.
husband, the personals,
Yeah.
and they got married,
Hmm.
and I don't know if she met her third husband that way. I don't know how she met him. That could be the same
Hmm.
way. But it was, back then that was the app. It was the Sunday newspaper.
Yeah.
Um, so there are success, you know,
Oh, there are.
in the online
Yeah.
dating. Yeah.
There are a lot of success stories for online dating, and it gives people hope. I think people need hope because as you get older, you just don't want to sit here and just sit, be in a rocking chair all your life. At least you
Mhm.
want to rock with somebody. You want somebody to share your life with, and
Yeah.
the pros of it is they make it easier for you. And like we said before, there's a lot of niche dating. There's
Mhm.
J date. There's do you love a dog? Ski ski dating apps. There's all sorts of apps for things
Really?
that you like to do. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh yes. If you
Danny,
Google,
tell Danny about the dog one.
there's a dog app. There's a dating dog app. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know why we're
I'm not
telling Danny
encouraging
that.
it
Okay, I
because
was
we're
just,
dog lovers.
you trying to tell me something, Lisa? I thought you guys were happy. Anyway,
I
kidding.
I'm just like so intrigued. I had no idea. They don't advertise that on the news, on the TV.
No, what you have to do is you Google it. Google dating apps and see how many come up. Go ahead. Can you do it now? Just
Yes.
Google dating apps. And Mary Canty says, I do know some couples who are now happily married. Absolutely. And now it's also socially accepted. And years ago, if you said, "Yeah, I'm doing online dating," what? I'm doing online dating.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
I'm doing
on.
online dating.
I
So,
didn't, you know what, Linda? I did not mention your name, but I'm glad that you posted that. So, Linda, I didn't know the first one. I met my ex in the Newsday personal ads, married 26 years, now with my boyfriend who I met on an online dating app. It works.
absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. It's socially accepted now, and years ago it wasn't. Years
Ooh.
ago, you looked out like,
Oh, there's one called Be Naughty.
"Ooh, okay, Lisa, I'm going to let you read all those. Go
All right.
ahead."
So these, I think, yeah, the best dating apps of 2023. eHarmony is coming in at number one. Silver
Hmm.
Singles, Match, Elite Singles, Our Time. Number six is Be Naughty. Be Naughty. Black People Meet, J Date,
Hmm.
Adult Friend Finder are the
Hmm.
top nine. I guess there's only
Okay,
nine in that list.
but
This is so interesting.
did you see what Danny just put up?
I'll read it. Oh boy.
Hmm.
Tinder, Bumble, OkCupid, Hinge, Coffee Meets, Bagel Grinder. Bagel Grinder
No.
for LGBTQ and community, Match.com, eHarmony, Plenty of Fish. Oh, that was the other one we were talking about this morning. I couldn't remember the name of it. Elite Singles, Happen Clover dating app, The League, Taste Buds for music lovers. Ship by Match Group lets your friends help you find matches. Raya, am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Raya,
Hmm.
exclusive dating app for celebrities and influencers. Christian Mingle for Christian singles. J-Date for Jewish singles. No Grinder.
Yeah, it wasn't Grinder Bagel there, sweetheart. It was Grinder and Coffee Meets Bagel.
You need a little. I don't know. There was no comma.
No, I
I
see. I know.
assumed
I saw that.
I
I saw that.
assumed that coffee meets and oh, so it's coffee meets bagel grinder? Is that one thing?
No, no, it's two different
This
things.
is
You're
too
confused.
much. This is
No,
too
coffee
much.
meets coffee meets bagel, and then Grinder is another one. Grinder apparently is for the LGBTQ community. Okay,
So grinder
got
is
it.
separate.
Yes, Grinder is separate. Okay, you got that. All right, but there's so
I don't know.
many that you
Yeah.
see. Okay, Tinder is the meet up and do the dirty dating app. Oh, yeah, wow, yeah, wow. Okay, I never did Tinder, so I'm not prepared to do dirty dating. No,
And
I'm
he
too
did
old to do
and
dirty dating. What,
Danny
Lise?
Danny did a couple of them years ago.
Okay, well,
He did. He's familiar.
okay, um, good. But he's happy now, so there you
Oh,
go.
of
Let's
course.
see.
Of
Yes.
course. But I
Um,
still love the fact that the first
what?
Sunday in January is the year's busiest swiping day. Like, I actually want to
Well,
be a part of that because I want to check it out. So we should do like an, you know, a little show with you swiping and I can help you pick.
oh my God. I'll have to think about that one because now
Yeah.
you see, it's very subjective because you remember, you see, men look at photos. Okay. That's why, Linda said before, you do a full body shot, you do a headshot, a far away shot, and something like you like to do shot, which makes
Hmm.
complete sense. Um, Men look at the photos, women read the profiles. Women will look at the photos, but they read the profiles as well. I don't know if the men read all the profiles.
I think
Danny,
the
did you read the
men,
profiles? I have a question for Danny.
I bet you he did.
Okay. But now the thing is you have to have a decent picture. Okay. Now, what I'm getting to is you want to help me pick people, but the thing is what I find attractive, you might not find attractive. So then you'd be like, don't pick him. And I was like, oh, I thought he was cute. Wait, wait, wait. And then, you have to respect other people's privacy and stuff like that. But
All right. Ruin my
also,
fun. You just
y-
rained on
you
my
know,
parade.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's all right.
sorry. I didn't mean to.
I'll
But
survive.
we have to talk about NATO dating. This is the best thing ever. NATO dating, not nuclear arms treaty, but NATO dating, which is not attached to outcome. Now, I had a relationship with somebody. This was 100 years ago. He was 20 years younger than I was. My boyfriend, you see what Linda just said? I am confirmed. I'm going to come back to my story in a minute. But Linda, my boyfriend never read my profile. LOL. I rest my case. Well, you're a beautiful woman, Linda. So that's another thing, but that's beside the point. But never read the profile. I rest my case. Now, back to NATO dating. Never, not attached to outcome. A long time ago, I was dating somebody 20 years younger than me. He thought I was younger. I thought he was older, and we thought we met in the middle. And when we realized how old we were with each other, we realized this is never going to last. We're going to have fun, and that's it. And there was no expectations in the relationship. We just had a good time.
For
and
how
do
long?
you know? About 6 months.
Oh, okay.
But it was fun. It was fun
Yeah.
because there were no expectations. And I think if anybody took a takeaway from online dating, it's like you want to go in to have a good time, because I don't know about you, but I women, they meet a guy for the first time, and then they're at home, practicing their Mrs. so and so, on their notes, and they're planning a wedding after a first date. And when you go in and just enjoy the moment and enjoy the date, not expecting so much down the line, it makes it a lot more enjoyable because you're living in the moment. You're right there. You're having a good time. And that's important. So being not attached to outcome. And I've seen so many, one night I was out, kicking up my heels. I was dancing, and I saw this woman dancing with this guy, and they were having a good time. And at the end of the dance, he said to her, "Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to go see my friends." And she followed him. I said, "Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that." And I'm thinking in my head, I want to pull her aside, say, "Hun, just say, see you later," and walk away. And she didn't. She followed him. She goes, "Don't you want to hang out?" And you could see he was visibly like, "I
Turned
danced
off.
with you. Now men can, Danny, maybe you can answer this, but men can
Yeah.
smell desperation a mile
Yeah.
away. And I think
Yeah.
women can too. And being not attached to outcome, it just makes it fun. And that's part of law of attraction, where you're just not attached to it. You're just having a good time. Either way, you're going to be fine. And so many of us, we want to attach. We want to
No.
attach to
And it's
people.
a turnoff.
So yeah, it is a turnoff. It really is. So, and I don't know. I think online dating is obviously here to stay because it's been here for the last 20 years. But I wonder what's next for online dating, like where it's going to go and what else can you do? I don't know, but
Well,
it does make it a lot easier.
it's a $4.2 billion dollar industry.
Yeah.
This ain't going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Ain't going anywhere.
And Danny
And
says needy.
so
Yeah.
many people,
Hmm.
so many people are on there. Um,
Hmm.
did you know it's been around since the 90s?
Yes, I
I didn't
have.
know it was
Yeah.
that long.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Um, we talked about the average. There was something else. I think I missed it before. Hold on.
Hmm.
Tinder is actually the go-to app. Their competition is obviously Bumble and Hinge.
But isn't Tinder like Danny? I don't really know a lot about Tinder because I've never done Tinder. I've done Bumble Match, Plenty of Fish, eHarmony,
Tinder's
and
the
Our
one that
Time.
Tinder's the one I think is that the one you just hook up?
I don't
You
know.
get a little kinky.
Oh, I
And
good question.
the most success age group online dating is age 43 to 58.
40 real? Which one?
Yep. 43
Really?
to 58.
Okay.
The biggest success rate in the age group,
Hmm.
43 to 58.
Oh,
Um,
that's interesting.
70% individuals who met online led to romantic exclusive relationships.
Hmm.
That's a good percentage,
I think so
70%.
too. Absolutely.
Again, that's as of 2023 people, September. So it's new
Um,
data, which I like.
has anybody in the group ever used a matchmaker? I never have. I think they're way too expensive, and I think this is more fun to do anyway. But has anybody ever used a matchmaker?
Like, what do you mean? matchmaker?
Like
Is it
gone to a matchmaker, go to a woman that has, or a
a
man that has a,
professional?
yeah, yeah,
No. I
no.
mean, no.
Hmm. No.
No, I didn't. But somebody matched me up with somebody, not knowing I was getting matched up. Like I had no plans for
Okay.
that. That was
No.
actually my ex. We were together for a while.
Hmm.
But not like an official you pay for the service matchmaker. I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah, they do have that. They're I think they're very expensive, and they guarantee you some amount of dates, but whether you hit it off with somebody is a whole nother story. But yeah,
So if it doesn't work out, what happens?
I guess
You get like a refund? Like
you're
what
out of luck.
happens?
I think that's it. I think that's it.
I don't know. That's weird to me. That's
If you go,
weirder than doing all the apps and all the swiping for 10 hours a day.
well, again, if somebody goes in with an attitude on the dating, on the app, that it's a nightmare, there are no good people left, there's nobody I like on it, that's exactly what you're going to find. And I have a friend that says, and Linda knows this friend, her name is Cheryl, she said, don't be a nickel looking for a dime. And a lot of the nickels look for a lot of dimes, and then the dimes see
Yeah.
the nickel and they say, no, no, I'm a dime looking for a dime. And a lot of people, um, I think, have unrealistic expectations about dating as
Yeah.
well. I think, they have this box that they're going to go check, 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 check. And one time, I was doing a presentation, and I said, "What if you got 80% of what you wanted? 80%, 80%." 80%, would you be happy? And my answer was yes, because nobody's perfect. Not you, not me, nobody. So if I
I'm
got
pretty damn
80%,
close.
well,
I'm
you're lucky.
totally messing with you.
You're
I'm
lucky.
messing
Well,
with you.
I think you and Danny have a very good marriage. I mean, you guys inspire me. But if I got 80% in a relationship, I think I'd be pretty
Yeah.
happy, because sometimes it'd be, in a relationship, sometimes you're going to give 70% and that person's going to give 30. And the other time,
Yeah.
they're going to give 70% and you're going to be 30. It's about compromise. But that's a
Yeah.
whole nother show, you
Yep.
know? So anybody have any final thoughts or questions? Or Lisa has something to say. I can tell the mouth is open.
I I'm
Go
just
ahead.
reading Danny's
Yeah.
comment. He started
Hmm.
with Match, but Tinder is the jumping in the sack app.
Hmm.
And I'm finding it interesting because when I did my research, they say Tinder is the go-to out
Yeah.
of all of them.
Really? I've never done Tinder. I have no desire to do that. No, that's not cool. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I
So
don't know. I don't know. God bless you all. I mean,
let's see. Hmm.
I find it very intriguing.
Um, it can be fun if you have the right attitude. Everybody, you just got to have that right attitude. If you go in with a negative attitude, that's the way it's going to be. You just have to have the right attitude and look forward to it and
Yeah.
be enthusiastic about it. And as I said, my friend did it for 2 years straight as a project. As a project, he didn't go on once a week or a few
Mhm.
times a month. He went on every day, and he went on a lot of dates, a lot.
Now, with him, he did
Yeah.
that for that amount of time. How long is he with the person he found?
2.5 years now.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have children?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But
All right. Did you, this is a personal question. I'm going to try not to make it too personal, but it's
oh boy.
personal. So like you find somebody, you go on some dates, do you have
Hmm.
like rules like for the
Yeah.
beginning stages?
Yeah.
No kinky stuff?
Yeah. Pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to get to know somebody before I decide to be intimate with somebody. I have
Yeah.
to know them. Yeah. Really get to know them. Yeah, that's a major rule. And I will say, the men that I've dated, 6 months, 4 months, they've waited, and they were very good about it too.
Respectful. That's good. I
Yes,
like
very
that.
respect. Yeah, very respectful about it. So
I
yeah,
like it.
yeah. Thank you, thank you. But it's been a journey, and actually, I am writing a book about it, and
That's great.
it's called Helen's Original Nursery Rhymes for the Single Woman, Volume One, and there is a Volume Two.
I
Yeah,
love it. I love it.
yeah,
How far along are you on it?
I'm finished with it.
This is
Yeah,
I'm just hearing about this now, people, just so you know.
yeah, yeah. Well, they are funny. They're angry.
Yeah.
They're poignant. They're honest. I have to add a little bit more to it because I have to talk about ghosting, catfishing, because I finished
Yeah.
it last year. It's just a matter of self-publishing it. But
Good for
I have to
you.
add, yeah, but I have to add a little bit more to it because, you want to talk about catfishing, ghosting, and that sort of thing. Um, but I talk about manners, cheapskates, lovemaking, oh boy, garlic breath. Uh, let's
A
see. Yeah.
garlic breath is okay if the other person also had garlic.
Well, that's true. That's very true. But
If
yes,
you're gonna have garlic, have it together and, solves the problems.
yes. But that, and there is a lot about it and about online dating as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if anybody has any final comments, please just jump in anywhere and let us know. Please, please,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
Our next show is the 30th. That's going to be a good one. Do
Yes.
values matter? Money, religion, family, and politics.
Yeah. And
Um,
I think to some people they do matter, and some people
mhm.
they just don't quite get it. But you know, they do matter in the long run. So, Lisa, did we mention Jace?
No, I was actually hoping he'd jump on tonight.
Yeah, I was hoping so too. Okay. Um, two things. We have a YouTube channel coming up, and it will be available in the next, I would say, within the next week. Lisa, don't we think?
Yeah, well, you know what? We'll update them maybe next show,
Yeah. Okay.
because he didn't give us a
Because
time frame. I
okay,
looked. Yeah.
because if you miss the show, or if you have a friend who wants to see the
Mm,
show, you'll be able to catch him on YouTube as well,
yep.
and you can find us on.
Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public.
Yes, absolutely. So,
Uh,
all right, everybody, we will
yeah.
see you.
On the 30th, 7
Yes,
p.m., Do Values Matter? And if you
yes.
have any topics that you would like us to talk about, email us, lisahelenpodcast@gmail.com.
We have got shows going all the way till the end of
Yeah.
January, everybody. So
Yeah.
keep them coming. We'll
Yep.
see you soon. Everybody take care. Thanks for listening tonight.
Bye.
Bye.